Good morning, everyone. My name is Sonja Prince, and I am the practitioner for part of the morning this morning. I will be delivering the meditation this morning for us. And I just want to invite you here in the sanctuary and if for those who are watching online to just relax your body. Just want to just take a couple deep breaths. And release. Breathe in. And release. And just sort of let your body just melt away into a very comfortable state. Allow your mind to go within. Go within to that beautiful heart space. That space where only God resides. This is your sacred space. It is filled with peace and love. It is filled with tranquility. It is the safest place to be. We just allow ourselves to acknowledge this space as we feel the joy and warmth of it. Moving through our body, through our minds, and through our souls. We are one with it. There's no separation. It is pure love. Pure love. Focus on your breathing in and out. So I last left off in the meditation. We were on the ocean. We were floating with the waves. We were at peace with ourselves. We were all together, enjoying Mother Nature. this beautiful big wave that swept us up and took us higher and higher and higher. Took us higher and higher. Took us higher into space, where we found ourselves in zero gravity, zero weightlessness. And we were amongst all the planets and the stars. At peace. As we marveled at all the universe, as we moved closer to the planets, we could touch them. Together. And we encircled around a beautiful bright star. We were holding hands. We were all together. And this star began to move as we cling to it, as it moved faster and faster. What a wonderful feeling of exhilaration, of being in the moment as we travel with it all across our universe. Able to see, hear the unknown, the impossible, the magnificent, awe-inspiring beauty of our great, big, infinite world. And we were all together as one. That's right. Open your minds and allow all that is possible in. showing us who we are, what really matters. As we travel light years away, across all galaxies, that has no space and no time. And as our hearts fill with joy and laughter and love, we simply let it be. We don't need to know why or how. We just fill ourselves with this great energy. That heals us, that moves through every part of us, repairing, restoring, awakening our senses. As we move higher and faster, we enjoy the view. We're all together as one. This magnificent sphere, this magnificent, infinite space. There are no worries. There's nothing to fear. Only to love. Just soak it all in. Enjoy the view. Be one with it. It is a time of joy and healing. Releasing any negative energy, anything that does not serve you. Release that into the vastness of space and time. So that you can renew your body and mind and soul. And that you can experience your highest power, your highest good. It is happening now. It has brought to us great awareness of who we are, why we're here, and what is our greatest purpose. And we rejoice in this knowing, and we're at peace. Peace throughout the ages. Peace right here and now, and peace forever. And as we thank this beautiful star for showing us its home, embracing us with love and joy and opportunity. As it speeds us and makes its way back as a shooting star, where it releases us back into our space. And safely deposits us onto a familiar land. Amidst the solitude of our environment, and we feel good. We're together, and we're at peace. So I invite you to just return to this space, this room, wiggle your feet, your toes, your hands, and return to the presence of this space as I thank you for being here.
Move you gently back into the room here. And welcome the folks who are just arriving. Good morning, everybody. Happy spring. Happy Mother's Day. at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. From every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the love in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. We come together, we come together, we come together in the name of love. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet, yeah. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place, yes you are, at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 My soul is welcome. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. Getting the message loud and clear. so is Daryl's.
Good morning, everyone. Your souls are welcome here. My soul is welcome here as well. So how does that feel for everyone? All right. Good morning.
Look out.
All right. Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. Thank you to everyone joining us on Facebook Live, YouTube, and here in our beautiful sanctuary. My name is Daryl Prince, and I'm a practitioner here, and it's truly a privilege and an honor to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. CSL Redlands is a new thought community living an ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Dr. Ernest Holmes, Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes studied truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths and developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit in our world. CSL Redlands is an open and inclusive community honoring all people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you're always welcome here. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to a spiritual magnificence, and our vision is a world that works for everyone. If you are here with us for the first time, please raise your hand and let us properly greet you. Any first timers? All right. Okay. We know you have a choice for your spiritual community, and again, we are delighted to have you here visiting us today. Okay. As a gentle reminder to silence your cell phones and place them safely away so you may participate more fully in our service. Whew. Happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers. Okay? No matter where you are, this is your day. And we want to acknowledge that and celebrate it with full emotions, love, and honor. We have a 1-minute miracle circle. 1-minute miracle. Our practitioners are available after service for prayer. What can we know for your highest and greatest good? So seek us out. We have a sandwich ministry which needs your assistance. On your next shopping trip, please pick up an extra package of lunch meat and bring it by the center on Wednesday between the hours of 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock p.m. So we do a wonderful job in helping and supporting our community out there with lunch. So Joel heads that up, and thank you, Joel, for your big heart and volunteering spirit there. We really appreciate that. All right.
How many people are you up to now?
100. All right. So we need some donations there if you can spare it. We have a Saturday market morning in Redlands. So volunteers are needed for the Saturday morning market. Volunteers for 6:30 a.m. to do the setup and sharing your knowledge from 8 o'clock to 11:30 a.m. And then breakdown is usually at 11:45. If you are interested in participating, please see Holly after the service. Okay. We have the Infinite Way book study that's hosted by Holly as well, and that occurs on Monday and Thursdays on Zoom from 7 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. CSL Redlands Rummage Sale is coming up. All right, so we get on Saturday, May 20th from 7 a.m. to noon, donations of gently used wood furniture, tools, household appliances, exercise equipments are being accepted for our annual Rummage Sale fundraiser now through May 13th, which was yesterday.
Well, they can bring them next week. You can bring them in, and then we'll just put everything out on Saturday morning.
All right, so please contact Joe Nelson to coordinate the donations, or Sonja as well. And so we're looking forward to having a big profitable rummage sale coming up. Feng Shui workshop. So if you want to know about how to arrange your living quarters in a Feng Shui way, we have a Saturday workshop, May 20th, from noon to 2 o'clock p.m., facilitated by Feng Shui Master Nate Batoon. And the class is $20. Sign up today. We need 8 people for that class. Sonja?
The time has changed from 2 to 4.
Okay, so it's going to be from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. All right, so please join us there. Visit to the Holy Land. That is coming up on Sunday, May 21st. The Two Marys in the Life of Jesus by Reverend Suzanne Thomas Leonard. So next Sunday, Reverend Suzanne is going to bless us with her message. All right, so come on out for that. That's going to be very exciting. Treatment and meditation class. So we have that coming up. If you're interested in creating a spiritual practice that will change your life, sign up for the treatment and meditation class. The class is 10 weeks long. It's 3 hours per week, and from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. The class costs $295 plus a $45 certificate fee if you're taking the class for credit. Okay, you want to expound on it? Okay, so if you're taking the class for credit towards your practitionership, that will work. All right, and then we have Beatifique spoken, I hope I said that right. It's a tough word. All right, so a spoken word poetry, though, and it's a Beatnik Boogie Nights gathering. Friday nights beginning June 9th, coming up to August 25th. And it'll start at 7 o'clock p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. There's a cover charge of $10 for general admission. And if you are going to be one of the participants here on stage, citing your poems and spoken words, it's an extra $5 for that as an orator. Have anything to say about that? Okay, and then Summer Nights Drumming Circle we have coming up as well. So it's being facilitated by Shamanic Reiki Drumming Master Debbie Nucille Duro, and it's $20. Advanced registration is highly suggested. There's going to be a sound bath and a cacao ceremony that's going to be a part of that. So you don't want to miss that as well. So want to thank Sonja and the board and all those volunteers who helped put all of this together and put their time into it. And so we want to thank her and the team. All right. Okay. All right. Back to Mr. Yankee.
This is our centering music. For those of you who were here for the meditation, you're kind of there already. But for those of you who have arrived in the past few minutes, this is your opportunity to drop whatever it was that was on your mind as you walked through the door. Take a moment to find your center while I do this little mantra. Love is love is love is love is love is love is love. Love is love is love is love, is love. Give love, live love, believe love, receive love. Give love, live love, believe love, receive love. Love is love, is love, is love, is love, is love, is love. Is love, is love.
Thank you, Al. It's beautiful. Good morning, everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Let me invite you to join me for a moment of stillness here for our opening invocation. Gathered here today in this sanctuary, and all those out there viewing online from wherever you may be, realizing that there is one power, one presence, one divine mind all around, all within, that operates from a platform of love, peace, joy, benevolence. It is a force of good. It is a natural order, universal mind. It is reflected in all things seen and unseen, in all of the beauty all around, in the mountains and the trees and the birds of the air, the beasts of the field. Each and every one of you in this sanctuary, watching online. I call this power, I call this presence, I call it God. You may choose to call it whatever it calls upon you to call it, but I know that we all live, move, and have our being within the body of God, under the canopy of heaven. I know that I am one with this power. I am an incarnation of Spirit of God, an outward expression of the divine, Spirit made flesh, and I declare this truth for each and every one of you in this sanctuary and all those watching online. And in this power, in this knowingness of love and peace and beauty that is all around, inviting these spiritual principles into my life, I declare it for you as well, each and everybody in this sanctuary, watching online. How good it is. It blesses me. It blesses this spiritual community in this knowing and this truth. And it opens us up and makes us receptive to the message to be delivered here today by our spiritual director, Sonja Prince. How grateful I am for the music of Al Yankee, Gilman Carver, blessing us with the beauty and wonder of their music. How grateful I am for all of our volunteers, our board of directors, David over there in our sound booth, keeping us up to speed in technology and online, so we can feel this presence and this power ever expanding from within these four walls and sealing outward into the community, into the world, this vibration of love and power just connecting to all receptive to it and to this truth that sets us free. Praise be in this knowing and this truth. God bless us, and so it is. So this morning, of course, it's Mother's Day again. So it would be only appropriate to have a reading associated with Mother's Day. God is love. We cannot see love nor grasp any comprehension of what love is, except as love is clothed with a form. All the love in the universe is God. The love between husband and wife, between parents and children, is just the least little bit of God, as pushed forth through visible form into manifestation. A mother's love, so infinitely tender, so unfailing, is God's love, only manifested in greater degree by the mother. And that was written by Emily Cady from her book, Lessons in Truth. She was a member of Unity. And that book is considered a foundational for Unity, as well as the New Thought community overall. This one is called Humor. Some answers from elementary school kids about their mom. Why did God make mothers? She's the one who knows where the Scotch tape is. To help us out of there when we are getting born. How did God make mothers? Magic, plus superpowers and a lot of stirring. God made my mom just the same like he made me. He just used bigger parts. Why did God give you your mother and not some other mom? Because we're related. God knew she likes me a lot more than other people's moms like me. What kind of little girl was your mom? My mom has always been my mom, and none of that other stuff. I don't know because I wasn't there, but my guess would be pretty bossy. They say she used to be nice. Why did Mom need to know about Dad before she married him? Does he make at least $800 a year? Did he say no to drugs and yes to chores? Why did your mom marry your dad? My dad makes the best spaghetti in the world, and my mom eats a lot. She got too old to do anything else with him. What's the difference between moms and dads? Moms work at work and work at home, and dads just work at work. And moms have magic. They make you feel better without medicine. What does your mom do in her spare time? Mothers don't do spare time. And if you could change one thing about your mom, what would it be? I would like for her to get rid of those invisible eyes on the back of her head. Thank you.
Okay. Well, this is a song for the mother in all of us. The male mothers and the female mothers and the mothers we find, the mothers we become. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, we shine so bright, so bright, so bright, so bright. Take it away, Mom.
Thank you, Al. So keeping in that same energy that Al just gave us with the light, as you can see on the table here, there are some candles. So what I'd like to invite you to do is come and light a candle for that person in your life that was a nurturer, because it always doesn't show up as female, as mother. It may have been aunt, it may have been father taking on multiple roles, it may have been uncle, it may have been brother, it may have been sister. So I invite you to come up and light a candle in remembrance or just in reverence and honor for the person that served that purpose in your life. I'm going to light the first candle for my mother, Vivian. She is still with us. be shy. How can you? Daryl's gonna help you. And you shine, and you shine so bright. You are the light in this world. You are the light. You are the light. You are the light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. There are candles on your table if you wish to. If we run out of candles up here, there are candles on the tables that you can light. And light one for yourself if you have served in this capacity in someone's life. This is a day that we honor the divine feminine in all of us. If you want to bring the candle from a table and place it on the altar, please do. They make these lighters adult proof. And let's sing it along the last verse. light this candle for all of you because you shine so bright. Somebody still wants to sing. Thank you, Al. Thank you, everyone. Now I have one more piece of this that I want to do, and then we'll get on with our service. I'm going to invite two people to come up and just tell us a story about their mother, what they remember, something. Yes? Phil would like to light a candle? Okay, Phil. Just take one off the table, please. And come on up and light it. Thank you. We're honoring the divine feminine, whoever nurtured you, played that role in your life. Yes.
Look at that.
Well, if I let it go.
Light. There we go. All right. Teamwork.
It comes from within.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to invite Eileen to come up.
Perfect. Hello? Okay. Well, my mother was pretty amazing. She was the youngest of 7 siblings, and the distance between her and the next one was 7 years. 9 years. Oh, a long time. Consequently, all of her nephews and nieces thought she was the most amazing aunt ever because she was a little closer to them. My mom was loving, she loved well, and consequently, I love well because we learn that, don't we? Mom was accidentally funny. She came into, when I turned 21, she parked herself in front of me and said, "I've taught you everything I'm going to teach you. You're on your own." So there was that. She taught me never to be afraid of anything that will wash off. But being accidentally funny, one time I was talking about DNA. I had signed up with 23andMe, and because my father was adopted, I thought maybe there would be some information on my father's side, but that never happened. But I was talking about it to my mom, and I said, I'm also kind of excited to find out if I have any Neanderthal DNA. Turns out I do, quite a bit. Explains the knuckles. But Mom, when she said, so what is the DNA part? I said, well, it's just kind of like genetics. It's things that come on down to you through your family. And she said, well, what is Neanderthal? And just to make it easy, I said, cavemen. Without skipping a beat, she said, I never had anything to do with cavemen. It was good to know, Mom. You would have loved her. You would have loved her.
Thank you. Anyone else? One more person, please. Gilman. Thank you, Gilman.
Check. My dad never wanted me to be a musician. He had a brother who was an opera singer who died at a very young age, I think about 36 or something. And I think my dad blamed that on his musical lifestyle. But my mom just, got me piano lessons. I had to row across the bay to take my piano lessons. And then when I was in 3rd grade, my dear 3rd grade teacher saw my hands on the desk. I may have been tapping them a little bit, and she said, "Oh, you should play guitar." And I guess she told my mom that, and my mom took me to get guitar lessons, but this is when folk music was popular. The folk music teacher said he didn't want to teach a 9-year-old kid. But this hand came out of the studio down the hall, and a guy said, I'll teach him. He taught flamenco. So the first 2 years that I played guitar, I just played flamenco. And my mom just put me in the car and drove me to the lessons, and that was it. And he told my mom, you know, your son has a photographic memory for music. And 6 months later, I was playing all the beatnik coffee houses. Anybody remember the beatnik? There was a place in Balboa, about a mile from our house, called the Prison of Socrates. And she just put me in the car and drive me down there, and I'd play my flamenco. So my dad never really wanted me to pursue music as a career, but my mom would just pile me in the car and take me where I needed to go. When I was 11, she put me in the car, said, we're going to Disneyland. I auditioned at Disneyland. I passed the audition, but my dad didn't want me to play there. There you go. But my mom was just always supportive.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else? Just to make sure. Okay. Well, oh, that felt really good, didn't it? To honor whoever you decided to honor, that nurturing part of you. I'm going to read this quote by Charles Fillmore, and then we will. Charles Fillmore says that in the universal mind principle, which Jesus called the Father, there is a substance that also includes the mother, or seed of all creation. So thank you for participating in that with me. So today the talk title is Unlearning Fear of Darkness. We've been talking about the light within the shadow, that shadow part of us. And before I go into more of that, there's a story that I want to tell you. It says, once upon a time, twins were conceived in the same womb. Weeks passed and the twins developed. As their awareness grew, they laughed for joy. Isn't it great that we were conceived? Isn't it great to be alive? Together, the twins explored their world. When they found their mother's cord that gave them life, they sang of joy. How great is our mother's love that she shared her own life with us. As weeks stretched into months, the twins noticed how much each was changing. What does it mean? Asked the one. It means that our stay in this world is drawing to an end, said the other. But I don't want to go. I want to stay here always. We have no choice, said the other. But maybe there is life after birth. But how can there be? Responded the other. We will shed our life cord, and how is life possible without it? Besides, we have evidence that others were here before us, and none of them have returned to tell us that there is life after birth. No, this is the end. And so the one fell into deep despair, saying, conception ends in birth. What is the purpose of life in the womb? It's meaningless. Maybe there's no mother after all. Oh no, there has to be, protested the other. How else did we get here? How do we remain alive? Well, have you ever seen our mother? Maybe she lives only in our mind. Maybe she's made up because the idea feels good to us. And so the last days in the womb were filled with deep questions and fear. Finally, the moment of birth arrived. When the twins passed from their world, they opened their eyes, they cried, for what they saw exceeded their fondest dreams. And so today I'm talking about the darkness. So the twins were afraid because they didn't know what lies beyond the darkness that was in the womb where they were. And so I think sometimes as humans, we have a tendency to fear darkness or fear the unknown because we don't understand it and we don't know what to expect. So we try to label it, we try to dominate and control it, and we cast negativity on the spaces that we call dark and ominous. We cast negativity on the darkness. We know that, but what we know instinctively is that light and dark coexist together and cradles each other in support. There is light within the darkness because there can't be one without the other. So they each have their own traits and characteristics. There is this spectrum of color that includes light and darkness. And how beautiful it is that we are in this spectrum of light and darkness. It makes up who we are. So we cannot be afraid of our darkness and just focus on our light because it makes up who we are. It's not good or bad, it just is. But you are these beautiful spectrums of color. So generally, we have learned to embrace the light as good and avoid darkness as bad, given its unknown and its mystery. However, the two work powerfully in synergy together. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, says in The Science of Mind, page 411, sitting in the shadow, we may not really believe that there is any sunshine, but the sun would be there all the time. It is there, but we must awaken to it. So we have to awaken to every part of us, the shadow part, which is we call the dark side, the dark part of us, and the light part of us that makes us who we are. And when we step into that and recognize this, then that is when we are brave. The darkness is a fertile space of creation, just like in the womb. It was dark in the room, but what beautiful creation it produced. And the darkness gives birth to the light. So in order to appreciate the beauty of the darkness, we have to unlearn the stigmas that we have attached to it. So what if we partnered with the dark instead of fearing it, or controlling it, or labeling it? What if we held the unknown with wonderment instead of fear, with expectation? What if we made healthy shifts that would help change our relationship to darkness and help us encircle the shadow and the light? What if right now, today, we embrace that? Right now, today, with this talk about dark and light, it's you are standing at the edge of everything. Everything, like the babies in the womb. When they came in out of the birth canal, this whole world opened up. So we cannot be afraid of the shadow part of us, because when we embrace it, we're standing on the edge of everything and infinite possibilities. Doesn't that feel good? So how do we move forward? Because when we stand on the edge of possibilities, this is where we can find freedom. This is where fear and courage meets. So how do you want to move forward? Do you want to move forward in fear, or do you want to move forward with courage? And I'm not saying that it's an easy thing, but at some point, we have to step out into the light. So the darkness, so the light, so we are. So is it real? So it says that fear is not ours to assume. Through openness, surrender, and release, we can learn to unlearn current thinking, forgive, and let go of old habits that have limited us and others. And we do that by regular spiritual practice. It helps support us moving forward and getting rid of the patterns that we have adopted for ourselves. And it makes us, this spiritual practice that we are doing, that we can do meditation, spiritual mind treatment, visioning, getting into classes, it helps us to unlearn what we've learned and learn something new so we can step out of fear and step into courage. It promotes positivity. So we can turn fear into reverence. The shadow places are revered where fear of the unknown resides. When we don't know, we often make up stories to control what we're feeling. But the darkness can be our friend. It can be a space of fertility and creativity. It can soothe and comfort and yield insight and clarity. And the safe, dark haven. And perhaps our eyes have to adjust in the darkness. You know, there's some movies, a movie that I was watching the other day, and the guy put on some night goggles. So I'm asking you to put on your night goggles and see everything for what it is. See the beauty in the darkness. See the light in the darkness. See this beautiful spectrum of color that you are, dark and light, and everything else in between. You are, I am, we are. Because that's the only way that we can move forward. In truth, in authenticity, is by embracing every single part of us. It says, only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. Brene Brown says that in The Gifts of Imperfection. So let's not perpetuate fear of the darkness. Instead, let's see the beauty of both the light and the dark and make it a partnership. Let's live out loud, unlearning our collective fear of the dark. Let's invite healing and balance with light and darkness. Let's create something more beautiful than we can ever imagine, like the babies. Let the story, like the story of the babies, they cried for what they saw exceeded their fondest dreams. So in order for us to do that, we need to embrace forgiveness. We need to embrace compassion. Compassion for ourselves, and we need to not fear who we are. Because who we are is part and parcel of God, the living Spirit Almighty, made in the image and likeness. You can call it spirit, but whatever it is within you. It is within you, and it is knocking at the door for you to bring all of you out, to live out loud. When you can do that, and I see you doing that, then I can do that for myself. And when we talk about a world that works for everyone, and we talk about change, it starts with us first. It starts with us first. So I don't know about you, but I want to create something beautiful in this world for me and for you. I start with myself. I start by recognizing the God within me. I start by recognizing that there are some shadow places in me that I might want to hide and push down. But I can't do that. In order for me to be authentically me, in order for me to be the divine distributor of this beautiful energy within me that I call God, that I call spirit, I need to shine the light on every part of me. I need to step into my authenticity. That's what I need to do. And I invite you to do the same. To live from a place not of fear, but live from a place of creativity. Live from a place of nurturing. Just like we talked about today, the divine feminine, the mother, the creative source. There is a creative source that has created each of us. All of us. There is no separation. You cannot be separated from your source. So I invite you to shine your light in this world. I invite you to love each and every part of you. I invite you to, as you stand on that precipice, don't go backwards, but move forward and say, this is who I am. I am Sonja. I am a co-creator, a divine distributor of this beautiful energy and source that I call God. And so are you. And our affirmation for today is, I release fear of the darkness and open to new perspectives. David, can you put the affirmation on the screen? And we will say it together. Yes, so let's say that together, because this is all about stepping out of the shadows and shining the light within the shadows. We shine the light in, we step out. And the way we do that is we say this together. So let's say this together. I release fear of the dark and open to new perspective. Because when we do, the world opens up for us. Thank you.
When I was a boy, each week on Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest as she would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I went to Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad that miracles don't happen still, but by now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Like wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. And so the challenge challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare, at best it barely wet my fingertips. Now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-downs. Now I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. So if you read a question in a child's face, tell me that it's not a testament. That's a very hard case to make. And see another new morning sun, tell me that it's not a sacrament. I'll tell you, can't be done. This morning I stood outside and saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. Made me want to close my eyes and remember when church let out. Oh, how things have changed since then, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. And I'm living in the holy now. Holy now. Thanks.
Holy now. Thank you.
Holy cow.
Holy cow. That was on one of our programs one time. So I just invite you to take a deep breath. It's time for our conscious giving. And I'm going to ask that the ushers come forward. The usher, come forward.
The usher. Here we go.
Thank you. So it's time for our conscious giving. So I invite you to consider that the same portal from which we give from is indeed the same portal from which we receive. So let's expand and become bigger and bolder givers so we may expand and become bigger and bolder receivers. Now place your tithes, gifts, and offerings over your heart, please. And if David can put up our affirmation, we will say this together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you for giving, and thank you for receiving, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing, and thank you for believing, and thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, bless you for your sharing, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
I bless these tithes, gifts, and offerings. knowing that they are sufficient to cover the needs of CSL Redlands, which is a successful idea in the mind of God. How good it is to speak this word and know the truth now. And together we affirm it by saying, and so it is. So it is. Now it's time for our closing prayer. I was looking for the other practitioner. But I want you to, Daryl Prince. Daryl is a practitioner here. And what we do here in Centers for Spiritual Living is we pray. Let us know for you, whatever it is. We will know that for you before you can know it for yourself. We stand in that gap of prayer for you. We want to pray for you. We want to do spiritual mind treatment, because if we're not doing prayer and spiritual mind treatment, then what are we doing? Let us be there standing in the gap for you. If there is something going on in your life, something that you can't seem to move forward on, let us know the truth for you, the truth of your being, the truth of whatever it is, the highest and best for whatever the situation you find yourself in. So before we go into the healing prayer, I'm going to ask Daryl to pick up this bowl, please. And I want everyone to pick a affirmation out of this bowl. Start with Al.
Reach down deep.
I'm going to play a little something just while he's doing that. And this is for you. So knowing whatever it says on here, you chose it for yourself. You chose it for your highest knowing. And that's the beauty of when you choose for yourself. You reach your hand in, not trying to figure out, is this one, that? You just reach your hand in and you pull an affirmation. And if it doesn't resonate with you right now, give it a moment. Take it home with you. Meditate on it. Pray on it. The answers that we're looking for is in the prayer, is in the problem. Sometimes I can hear myself going through something that's happening in my life, and as I rehearse it or say it in my head, I hear the answer to that. But as practitioners and ministers, if you can't have that answer to your prayer for yourself, let us pray with you and pray for divine guidance, to pray for your highest good, to pray for all needs met, to pray for perfect health and wholeness, whatever it is. Pull one for myself. I got 3. I don't need, maybe I need 3. So, oh, Joe didn't get one. Joe, can you pull out of this? So as we enter into this sacred space of prayer, I just ask you to, if it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, then please do. As I know that there is only one the consciousness of one, that power, that presence that lives, moves, and has its being in and through me now. That is love, that is compassion, that is perfect health, that is shining the light on those dark places within me that allows me to step out into the light, into the sunshine. That is no separation. It always has been there, and it will remain there, knocking at the door of my consciousness to open up and let it in and let it out. And so because I know that for me, I know that for each individual here, that same God, that same Spirit is in and through you. You are living its life. It has chosen to come down in a vessel such as you and me and show up how we show up. It is asking us to open up. It is asking you to shine your light in the world. So all man, woman, whatever gender expressions may see the Spirit that lives in you. And when they see that, and they see you loving yourself and having compassion for your fellow man, yourself, your fellow man, the world, then they can open up and see it for themselves. And that's what we do. We want you to wake up and know who and whose you are. And when you open up to that, you open up to that consciousness where there's infinite possibilities. I was in class the other day and my professor said, we were talking about Ernest Holmes and Joel Goldsmith. And he said that Joel Goldsmith and Ernest Holmes walks into the supermarket. And Ernest Holmes, and we love Ernest Holmes, and he's in the supermarket and he's saying, Spirit within me, show me what I need to put in this basket. So he's asking for the guidance that is within him to come forward. And Joel Goldsmith walks into the supermarket with his basket, and he has the basket right there, and he's like, Spirit. He's waiting on Spirit to put things in the basket for him. They just fly off the shelf. That's absolute treatment. Yes. Absolute treatment is we let go and we let God. We love both ways. You choose the way you want to live. Surrender to the power and the presence of Spirit. Allow it to move within you and move within your life. And that's why we're here. We say we're here to make the world a better place. Ernest Holmes came to study all different religions to tell us how we fit in this world. We fit in this world knowing who and whose we are and living from that place of divinity, a divine co-creator in this world. That's who you are. So, David, if you can put the other affirmation on, and we will say that together and we will close today. This is our mantra that we say because it is absolutely true. So if we can say this together. Anything and everything that has heretofore blocked, hindered, deferred, denied, or delayed our highest and best good in regards to receiving our abundance of supply has no power and is released back to the nothingness from which it came and is replaced with the truth that God is at hand now as our divine source, supply and sufficiency. And that goes for perfect health and wholeness. That goes for divine right relationships. That goes for all your good. Thank you, and so it is.
That's Sonja, everybody. That's Sonja. I used to think I'd always be alone, separate, misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation, but on the outside, things looked good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. So simple that it turned my world around, but why did it take so many years? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. There is no separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now